Well, at this point, Heath Cummings has drafted a lot of teams. Which players are on a lot of his rosters, and which players is he avoiding on draft day? We'll find out right now. And I'm Adam Azer with Heath Cummings. This is Fantasy Football Today in 5. Okay, Heath, so who's on a lot of your teams? You do a great job with a detailed spreadsheet. You know how many shares of how many players you have. So what does it look like right now?
Yeah, I've got Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott are my two most drafted quarterbacks. Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift, Josh Jacobs, and then Jamal Williams and Giovanni Bernard at running back. A.J. Brown, Tyler Lockett, and Terrace Marshall at wide receiver, and Mark Andrews and Noah Fant at tight end. I don't think there's too many surprises on that list if you've listened to me talk for the last 6 months.
Yeah, but what about Terrace Marshall? That one's interesting that he ended up on a lot of your squads.
Yeah, and generally speaking, like there's more high-end guys this year, it feels like. Generally speaking, what you'll see, what I'll see on my most rostered are the guys that you can get in the double-digit rounds. Terrace Marshall is available in the last round of a lot of drafts. I think he has a chance to possibly lead Carolina in receiving touchdowns. Looks like their best red zone threat. You love that big slot role.
You know, I also, this might sound crazy, I kind of love preseason injuries because they push values down so much. And I don't have any DeAndre Swift yet. I'm not in, as of right now, nearly as many leagues as you, and I won't be in nearly as many leagues as you at the end of the day, but I'll still be in about 10 or 11. I haven't drafted DeAndre Swift. I am nervous. I have been nervous to use a third-round pick on him because he was hurt, because I think the Lions are kind of a mess. But now we're starting to see DeAndre Swift go in the 4th round. So, my God, like imagine if you were doing all your drafts now, you'd have even more DeAndre Swift.
Oh, yeah, that is 100% true, and it's happening. I think I've drafted him in my last 3 drafts. So it is it's definitely takes some of the risk out of it, because you get to the round 4 running backs, and it's almost all guys that we aren't sure are going to have full-time roles, or we're not sure that they're going to be on good enough offenses. So now I feel like you're getting Swift's floor priced in without any accounting for his upside.
And just to be clear, Heath likes to take Patrick Mahomes in round 3. He does not take Patrick Mahomes at his average draft position, which is the end of round 1. Now, on to players that you are not drafting. Do you find yourself passing over certain players?
Yeah, I don't believe I have drafted Nick Chubb in any drafts because he goes in round 1 too often for me, especially in PPR. I'm more of a late round 2 guy. I don't have any Saquon Barkley yet. I have not drafted Josh Allen because I like Lamar Jackson more, and I think Dak Prescott's right in that same range, and Allen always goes well before them.
Do you not think Kyler Murray is in that range?
I am less certain that Kyler Murray is in that range because I'm not as sure that he's going to run as much as he did before, and I think that makes it more difficult for him to be in that range.
Okay, and when you get to round 4 and you look at the wide receivers, the Bucks guys, Cowboys guys, DJ Moore maybe in there, Tyler Lockett, more of a round 5 guy, but that whole group of wide receivers, which are the ones that you pass on?
The ones who have too many mouths to feed in their offense, at least by my perception. It's the Cowboys and the Bucks. I am much more likely to take the Rams and the Seahawks just because it's easier for me to see them with a massive target share.
And where are you on Jamar Chase at this point? Do you think he has fallen far enough where he's a good value?
Yeah, he's one of those guys, kind of like Swift. Like I lowered Swift as well. It's just that I was 5 spots higher than everyone else on Swift and Chase before the downgrade, and I've downgraded them 5 spots, and now I'm drafting where everybody else wanted to draft them. So Jamar Chase is falling into round 7, round 8 in some drafts. I love that. I don't mind him at the end of round 6.
Last thing I'm going to ask you about is some news here. Carson Wentz on the COVID-19, the reserve COVID list, close contact, could be back in 4 days from now. And he's missed time with an injury. We don't know if he's going to be ready for week 1. He's on a new team. T.Y. Hilton's out. Look at the Colts right now. It's been a pretty tumultuous preseason in that regard. And, obviously Quentin Nelson coming back from the foot injury also. Does any of this impact Jonathan Taylor to you?
I am more nervous. I haven't actually changed his projection. I changed it, and then I changed it back when it seemed like Wentz and Quentin Nelson were okay. Right now, I'm still leaving him where I have him, but it makes me more nervous at the end of the first round for sure.
All right. Much more on the full-length version, and we'll be back tomorrow with another episode. That's Heath Cummings. I'm Adam Azer. This is Fantasy Football Today.